Ladies and gentlemen, let's strap in for a new week here. I think we're live now. So welcome to a new weekly close. And yes, like I think somebody was saying already, it's a week. Random token was saying this. It's a week where we have a... Whoa, hello. Let me check. Yeah, we have a weekly close. So far, it seems above 10 cents for CRO. And for Bitcoin also, we're not talking about the highest weekly close ever. No, not talking about the highest, but still, this is actually very, very decent. So if you take a look at the weekly candles, that is all we do, guys. It's a very, very minor red candle so far. So I'm going to be very bullish in this stream. I'm going to be very bullish, ladies and gentlemen, and you can't stop me. I want to talk about a few things today. Also, a few things that might require your attention. For example, the SEC talking about staking products. And why is that interesting? Well, the Canary Staked Crow ETF. This can be bearish news. We also still have some more information about the ETF filing. We have some news regarding Merco. Merco going to do an AMA in about 2 weeks' time. And hello, it's June. So we have also had a monthly candle close. A lot of good stuff to talk about, guys. A lot of good stuff to talk about. But first, I want to say hello to Jeremy, Ramito, I see XGen. Well, XGen is saying, well, that ETF news helped us avoid a bloodbath of the market. That was actually quite beautiful. I don't know if you guys really noticed, but everything was going down. Everything. Except for CRO. So I think Friday late on, actually in the afternoon, European time, we got the announcement of the ETF, the staked ETF for Crow. And that is actually huge. It's a huge step actually to get more institutions into CRO, because the easier it is to get in, the more likely this we also will create from other parties as well, next to typical retail investors like you and me that like to use a simple app like crypto.com. Because that's the thing, right? I mean, retail investors is only a small market. It's a big market regarding people, but not regarding money. That's the thing, right? Again, Ramito, welcome. I see Pete, welcome. I see Night Gaming as well. Good to see you, dude. I would say let's strap in. And we're going to also talk about this, because this is actually a comment by Pete, and I forgot to comment on this one. But I was saying in a video, let me go to the chart directly. I was saying in a video that we are doing something absolutely amazing. If you take a look here on this chart, I want to take a look at the rainbow chart for CRO. And yeah, you can actually see today is a red day, guys. Minus 3%, because yesterday was even better. But overall, this is amazing. Let me show you what I mean first, and then we go to the news. To the news, well, to the discussion that Pete wanted to start. So what you see here is that we're going to close the week above the purple line, which is a 21-week simple moving average. We're going to talk more about that, guys. But first, what I want to show you simply how nicely we are slowly moving up at a very comfortable pace. We have up, little down, up, little down, up, little down. This time around, it seems like we're actually building a foundation, because this is nice, right? We have a big, huge pump here in November. Well, we built nothing. This, guys, is a tourist pump. We call it a tourist pump. Why? Because people come in, they have no affiliation yet with Cronos. They see the pump, they join the pump. That's okay. Some people love to go on a good holiday, to be a tourist. But unfortunately, they also leave. They also leave the ecosystem, they leave the community. However, people in here, they are converted into true believers. They have seen some pain. They see also where it is going. They see the ETF, they see leadership, they see the AMA upcoming with Merco. So complete different structure building here. Again, tourist, community. Building community here. And why do I say that, guys? Well, I see it. I see it in literally all my indicators regarding community sentiment. If you go take a look at the Reddit page, go back a week. You can see on the Reddit page for Crow or r// Crow, only bearish talks, 70 billion scam, 70 billion scam, cart reduction. You know, fair points. But it doesn't mean that this token can't pump, right? Yes, of course they make mistakes. Of course they do. But if they make the right decisions this cycle, we can still profit very nicely. I think we are currently setting up the stage for that. We are currently setting up the stage for that. Welcome, by the way, Sanja as well. Nobody as well, Solid Stake, and Stacy. And Traveler Matt as well. ETF safe draws? Nah, man. It's all building. And why am I not surprised? Well, take a look at the indicators. Take a look at the indicators. Even though we got the ETF news, it is all aligning also pretty nicely. It's aligning pretty nicely with what the charts are saying. Green, guys. Green MACD. And this is only the beginning. You can see how much bigger the MACD can easily grow. You can easily go up another... Well, it says 10,000%. Unfortunately, that's not how you can use the MACD. Well, let's say that Cronos goes up about 10,000%. Well, I think everyone in here would be very, very, very happy. Yeah, all asses. Yeah, okay, makes sense. Well, I'm glad, man. It's a good stuff. Good stuff here. Peter's saying I'm short-term bearish on Crow, but only for a couple of days. While it cools off for a little bit. I will go to another comment by Pete soon, guys, but I want to make a bit of a contrarian take on this, because I do feel that the community sentiment is switching. So maybe people thinking about selling are not selling anymore. That's important. But also, it is now weekend, so we've had a good pump into the weekend. Sunday is always very low on volume, and you can see that everywhere. You can also see that. Do you guys see the Assetwatch there in the back? You see that after here, it is completely flatlined. All volume kind of disappeared. That's because it's weekend. That's the most logical explanation. All volume is done. So potentially, people will return on Monday. Think about investing a bit more. The weather, by the way, is here beautiful. So I understand why people are tuning out. It's the weekly close, guys. It's Sunday. But I missed apparently something. And that's why we have this amazing community here. So we were talking about the 21 week. So we are flipping the 21 week. Finally, guys, for the first time in 2025 in a bullish way. So you can see here, we're now closing above the purple line. Unless something completely ridiculous happens. Like if Trump is going to announce in the next 5 hours that he's going to invade, I don't know, Palestine. I don't know, you know, things happen. Things happen. Also, we had, of course, the invasion of a few military bases in the Ukraine. I don't know. I don't think it will escalate a bit more. But what is also important that Pete mentioned, not me, but Pete, is that we are also seeing a humongous bearish engulfing candle at the weekly level. It's happening, guys. It's a good one. We started off badly, but this looks at the right direction. We may have a minor pullback though to about 9.8 cent. Pete is saying a support, and then it's on. That's actually then it might be on and up to about 30 cents and higher. The TA for this token is starting to come together, and it's looking very huge, and I entirely agree with that. I also was looking at the charts when we were pumping last what is it? I think it was last Friday. And you can see beautifully on the 5-minute chart that we had so much hardship actually breaking above this line in the blue line. You can see we tried again and again and again and again. And then finally we actually came above it. And about 9.7, 9.8. So maybe we go retest, but also maybe not. I don't know. It's really hard to call now. It is possible, guys, and I don't know for sure, of course, but if Bitcoin... No, not this one. If Bitcoin can continue the pump from this point onwards, and we also see Bitcoin dominance hopefully topping out where it is now, because I don't know, it seems like it might want to go on one more run, because right now it's actually above my growth target here, above the line. But if this comes down tomorrow, and also Ethereum goes back into this pattern and actually goes to the upside tomorrow, I actually foresee CRO to pump quite a bit together with the rest of the market. But because it showed so much strength earlier in the week, it might be a good target for traders to actually pick this token up, because it has so much positive momentum, right? That's the take here. It has the ETF bullish vibe still, so who knows? Who knows? CRO is a bright future. You know, guys, as always, it is no financial advice, but I think the future is looking bright. It's going down a little bit, guys, today. It's literally nothing to me. Especially because we went to about 9 cents. We went below 9 cents even. Take a look here, you can see it even a bit better. So we went below 9 cents. And if you take a look, by the way, it's just perfect, right? It is absolutely perfect. You can see I drew these lines here. It is this breakout. It retested first this line, but also tried to retest this line once more. And it used it as a way to jump up again. So sometimes these lines can actually work in your favor. Don't know exactly though when I think this was the ETF announcement right about here. 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock in the morning. Anyways, welcome Stacy. XGen also. The daily close yesterday was beautiful, a 9 cent test. And now we actually closed above 10. That's so nice. It's honestly looking so good, guys. If there are any bears in the chat, let me know what's your bearish take currently. What's the thing you see that is looking bad in the short term? It might be this, by the way. Let's go to the news. Let's go to the news, because this actually might be bad. So, as you all know, guys, this Canary staked CRO ETF was the reason for the big pump. It's very bullish. It's a stepping stone for institutions, I would say. But this might be quite a pickle. This here might be quite a pickle. Because, why? Take a look at what's happening currently with staked ETFs. The SEC is questioning the legality of new staking-based crypto ETFs. Ouch. The commission told ETF Opportunity Trust, an entity responsible for registering funds managed by Rex Financial and Asprey Funds, I don't know those, but apparently they want to sign new ETFs for Ethereum and Sol, staked Ethereum and Sol. They might not be legal investment companies under federal law. These filings were improperly filed and warned that the registration documents might be potentially misleading about the fund's legal status. It might be the case, guys, that simply this form, so every company has to fill in these forms. The form might not be submitted in the right manner. They are very picky about this, but it's also possible, we don't have many insights about this, that they might be against the staking part really of this ETF offering. Why? Well, staking is some sort of yield. It's yield. And they might, I don't know how they phrase it, but typically if there is promise of yield, they're getting a bit iffy. They're getting a bit iffy at the SEC, and you can see that in that note as well. Let's hope it won't have any consequences for the staked CRO ETF. But I would like to remind you guys that this ETF for CRO has only been a filing. That means it has not been accepted yet. And I showed it in the video yesterday, but typically you will only get the first initial comments on this filing within 4 weeks. And then it's going to be back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It can take up like half a year. About half a year time. It might be a bit faster now, but this is definitely not a simple filing. This is not a simple filing. This is actually 105 pages. 105 pages of fun and legal words and a lot of mentions about Cronos POS and the ecosystem support. I think I'm one of the only content creators that really have read this document because it's so interesting to really read what it's talking about. One of the biggest takeaways I actually saw next to what I mentioned in the video is also that they do mention that there is risk of other blockchains competing with Cronos and they might actually outcompete them, but also that they do need further development of the chain. And there they do have the ecosystem fund, the ecosystem with Cronos Labs in there. And well, they do have the strategic reserve, which is mentioned in that filing as well. So a lot of actually interesting information and also a few more technical things like, for example, Tendermint. That's the basic really behind the Cronos POS chain. You talk about Cronos ZK EVM, about scalability, security. What's also the danger of security, about centralization as well. Talk about governance. That's also what I find interesting though, because they do say nothing really here has been controlled by a central entity. They do mention that in this in this filing, which is officially true. But if you take a look at who's controlling the validators, well, you guys might remember a certain proposal. You guys might remember a certain proposal that has definitely been influenced by a company starting with Crip and ending with toe.com. It is interesting though. Pete actually put in a short yesterday and is about 15% in profit now. Good timing, dude. Good timing. You plan on closing the trade though. You know, if you go to sleep, I would close it. You go to sleep because you don't know what's happening when the Asian markets open. The Asian markets might be quite bullish still. I don't know. Let's take a quick peek at the not the bull market, the stock market. This, by the way, is the Lion token. The Lion token had a bit of a bounce, but it's not enough. We need the Lion token to see more moves, especially with the new season going live tomorrow. I got the feeling here, guys, that we might see a bit more recovery here for the S&P. Why do I think that? Well, it's hard to see, but it came very close here to the 21 day, I think, the 21 day. So when it opens up, we might have one more go at it to go to the previous all-time high of the S&P 500. And that can be also a catalyst for Bitcoin to move up. I hate this chart. Why do I still have this open? I think if we have another run at 112, we will break it and probably have an attempt at 120. Also given due to the fact that we do have the global money supply. And I will try to find the chart soon. Well, things are looking good. Sorry, Yusan, no shilling here. No shilling. Haven Pack, I'm buying more Cronos, staking it constantly. That's a way to DCA. That's a way to get in, right? All the profits from my Crow Lion pool go directly into the Crow token. I like it. It's right now just hovering at about 10.5. It's good, guys. It's good. I told you in a few videos ago, my technical target based on the breakout point is 12 cents. I think we will go there. Don't know when. I think still relatively short term. It's important to mention that regarding the comments for the staked ETF, they were about ETH and Solana. That's true. That's true. When you're wondering, this is the article. Nothing yet about the Crow application. Well, the Crow application, of course, is very, very new still. I don't think they even watched it yet. I don't think they really have watched it yet. It will come though. You guys are curious? There was a whole the whole letter here, the whole comment about it. Here you can find it. It might be the prospectus, you know. it's sometimes a bit vague. I think behind the doors they will give a bit more information about, you know, what's really conflicting. But this is what they need to share to the public as well. It is quite transparent. It is still quite transparent. Hi, Coin Baron. Do you think the loaded line season 3 tomorrow will affect CRO price? I think the game is too small to affect the CRO price, if I'm very honest. I'm excited about it though, because I finally used my lens and I have bought about 60 lens. So I think I have about 70 now in total. So I'm looking forward to it, finally getting some real diamonds. Guess Chris will dump CRO back to 1 cent. Try to attract new guys to the chain with a new all-time low. I think that's very unlikely. Hey, Miss Michaels, welcome. Don't sleep on Moon. Also, guys, don't chill too much. A bit of chilling, okay, I allow, but not too much. I can't see CRO going that low. I think also 1 cent is outside of a rainbow chart, guys. So I can't see that myself. That would be, if that would be a catastrophe. If Crypto.com would go bankrupt like FTX, I could see it happen. I mean, can't be much worse for the chain, just an ID. You could give a... You know the thing though, Usain, it's... I've had this discussion with many people, and in all honesty, for many people, they don't care a thing. I know very many CRO holders, also people watching now, they don't care 1 cent, or not 1 cent, they don't care a little bit about the chain. They got the cards. They got their supercharge, they got their earn, they got the exchange. They don't need the chain. So they don't care. Still the price can bump. Of course, it is additional utility, but in all honesty, I don't use the Cronos chain daily as well. And I still think there needs to be a killer app to do so. I use my social media every day. I go to X every day. There's no need to use the Cronos chain yet every day, but that's okay. It's okay. Still technology that needs to develop. Maybe AI. I think AI could be the game changer, because AI, once AI gets to a certain level where we can actually trust it with our money as well, it will start to do things like automatic payments. It needs to. AI and blockchain is a no-brainer. So I'm glad that Cronos is actually going that direction. I think memes, even though everyone loves them, the blockchain has not been invented because of memes. I think memes might be one of the worst use cases for the chain, because it draws away actual users. Unfortunately, it might bring in a few people for searching for gold, but anyway, 16 likes, guys. Strap in, hit the like button. It's that easy. Hey, Hugo, welcome. Good to see you, dude. Hard work. Well, you're also putting in some hard work, guys. Check out the channel if you speak French. Go to Hugo's page. Can we get a $2 CRO? Well, potentially. It's in the cards here. $2 is in the red zone, so potentially. Any news about the CRO burn in Q3 or Q4? It's happening. I don't know when, I don't know where, I don't know how, but it's still happening. What I would recommend though, Chris, if you have the time, unfortunately I will be asleep, but take a look at this here. Mirko will be joining this space. It's on X. Excited to have Mirko from Cronos Chain roll through traffic. And they will be actually holding an AMA, and I can show you the picture a bit better here. They will be holding an AMA. It will be a closed stage though, so unfortunately no one can come up and ask questions, but because they only got like an hour, they're now collecting questions. So you can actually ask your own question. You can ask your own questions, and I think the submission form is somewhere here. Yeah, so you can actually go to his Twitter account and you can submit questions using the Google form. So ask the question. Ask the question there. Don't know if he will answer, but I mean, it's on the roadmap. They should be slowly getting more transparent about it. Hey, Drain Gang, welcome, welcome. Guys, I'm so freaking hyped. It's slowly happening. You can see it, you know, just in front of our eyes. It's happening slowly. And yeah, I kind of thought that, you know, we would have liftoff here in November. That's the honest truth. But like I told you in the beginning, these are the tourists. And now the tourists are leaving and making place for actual community, actual builders, long-term holders. This is better, guys. Slowly moving up. Slowly breaking resistance. And actually turning resistance into support. That's the way. That's the way. That's also why we do see Bitcoin retreating a little bit. Retreating just a small, tidy bit here. And you can also see that it nicely went back to this green line. This green line has now been cemented into support. So, this is good. We're slowly building. Strapped in, my man. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Ultra Justin, welcome as well. What's up, what's up, what's up? Hey, Safer Crypto. Making crew videos. Nice, man. People are slowly coming back in, guys. You see it here. Safer Crypto is the evidence. It's people are getting used again to a pumping token. Hopefully also, I think the simple fact is that whenever the CRO price starts pumping, and I don't know, Hussein was talking about, you know, supporting the chain. If the token is pumping, there will be automatic attention. People will start talking about the chain once more. People start talking about the chain. Developers will come in. It's a cycle. It's a cycle. And I think it's coming. And also this AMA with, for example, Mirko, with Elder Karl, one of the community builders here. It all helps. Serious? We're going to 12 cents, boys. Yes, it's happening. Slowly. Slowly. This is, though, guys, how you treat ladies. It's not a quick in and out. No, 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 no. You have to... So we talked about ladies, by the way. I got so many positive comments about that last Thursday, I think. There are actually a lot of ladies, guys, listening in as well. So a lot of respect there to them. Strapping in here for all the Cronos ladies. But, like with any partner, you need to be gentle. You need to be very gentle. Not quick in and out. No, 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 no. Be gentle. Tap the line a few times. Test the waters. Make it go smooth. And we're doing that. Okay, that's the worst one I've sat so far on stream. Welcome, Sasha. Welcome, welcome. My eyes are on 40 cents. I need to take profit from there onwards after going through the alt crash. I mean, it makes sense, right? Get some profit, take some profit. For me, it's a bit too soon. 40 cents here, that will be the switch for me. The thing is, guys, I do believe that 40 cents is the fair value. 40 cents the fair value of CRO. Even a bit more, about 42 cents. 42 cents, according to the rainbow chart, is the fair value of CRO. When we are above 40 cents, I'm not as bullish as right now. I'm still bullish because I do believe it will go higher, but from that point onwards, it gets a bit more risky. If you heard my my strategy in the past for DCA, It is double DCA in the green. It is single DCA in the blue. It is hold in the yellow and sell in the red. That's the exit strategy, kinda. And maybe you can do it a bit different. That's my approach, of course, but this is no financial advice here. I will be holding at 40 cents. I think it makes no sense to sell yet. Pennies to a dollar. You know, that's the thing, right? I will feel so bad. I got quite a good stack of CRO. You guys probably know that, but I got quite a good stack of CRO. If I'm selling and then I do, let's say I sell my whole stack at 40 cents, I will be in good profit. Don't you worry. But then I see the CRO token go to like $1 or maybe even 2, 3. I don't know. I think 3 is a bit too much. It's actually a lot too much. But, you know, I can't rule it out. It's definitely in the realm of possibilities here. I will feel so bad after potentially missing another like 8x after selling at 40 cents. I probably couldn't handle that myself. I will... Profit is profit, though. Profit is profit. I look really good in blue and white if this company works out. Are you buying a new suit? Are you buying a new suit, Haven? I would say, though, guys, again, I believe this is very important here. The Ethereum pennant. The Ethereum pennant. The Ethereum pennant is, again, promising upsides for Ethereum. That's also why I do believe that, yeah, it needs to drop actually a little bit here. The Bitcoin dominance will need to drop a little bit, but I still hope this will retreat from this point onward. Maybe a bit of a fake out, and then we see the final collapse. That's still what I'm hoping for. It might sound like a broken record, but it is coming soon. It's coming to an end, Bitcoin season. I do believe that still. Watch this though, guys. If you have TradingView, go take a look at BTC.D, Bitcoin dominance. We have been following this for a long time already here on the channel, and we do see that, for example, right now, this is also quite important for Bitcoin CRO Bitcoin. We are once again below this orange line, and that's actually quite crucial. It was also my expectation that we might go back in here again, and we might have some retest back and forth. But if we might even close the week a bit higher, that would be the absolute bull case here for CRO. Still though, this is good, guys. Don't you worry. Overall, good setup. I'm glad that after touching the purple line here, we are back in profit. Well, back in profit. We are back in business for CRO. No way, JN. Was there a Crypto.com ad? I like that. They need to pay me more. No, I'm not, guys. For anyone wondering, I'm not paid by Crypto.com. I am not an ambassador. I am an affiliate though. So if you don't have any card yet, check out my link in the description down below. But other than that, no affiliation with them whatsoever. So I'm all speaking from my point of view. This is no financial advice, but you know, also just what I'm actually thinking, not what I say I do. What I say I do. Do you think the CRO burn will have impact because the chain has now, you know, it's kind of that? Yeah, again, guys, it's in. I talked about this earlier. I think a chain. There will be a chain reaction when the price goes up. I don't think that the chain itself will be the catalyst for a price pump. I think it will come afterwards. And a potential burn that could actually help with the price movement. So price going up, more activity on chain, more activity on chain, more builders, more users, more burns. It can be a very, very great flywheel effect for the CRO token. You're welcome, Chris. You're welcome. Slow and steady wins the race. We can create a good range of support, then a post-bull peak. We should be able to see at least 10 cents as the market low in 26, 27. I hope so. I definitely hope so. My 2026 low is also at about 10 cents. Guys, the bottom here of the CRO token keeps going up. The only thing I would say there is that I don't know yet what they will do with the 70 billion reserve. The 70 billion reserve could be a game changer really for the rainbow chart. What so far, if they keep doing what they are doing, I do believe next year will create a nice bottom as well for the CRO token. And Tony, strap in, my dude. Welcome. What's the price on the green line? You mean this one? This is 12 cents. This one. Haven is asking, what's the price at the green line? That's 12 cents. You don't believe me? Very small, but there it is. Remember what Chris said about March 24 or thereabouts at 2026? Hold him to it. Yeah. If anyone forgot what Chris said, actually, he said, hold me accountable in about a year's time. Hold me accountable in about a year's time. So I put this in my agenda. And in about a year's time, I will keep him accountable for successes or, well, for bad times ahead. You know, I think it's good. And anyone saying that the 70 billion unburn is the worst thing ever, it is, I think, from like a moral point of view, it's very bad. It's very, very bad. It's a breach of trust, in all honesty. But from a price point of view, from a price pump point of view, it marked the lows. It did mark the lows because after that, we only went up. We only went up. Since we had the unburn, we're up 55%. So anyone that sold, I feel very sorry for you guys. We need Coin Baroness to confirm your comments. I think she's in the shower now, so unfortunately there will be no comment. By the way, in all honesty, guys, we are going to sell. We determined together with the wife, of course, the wife to be, because we have this how's it called? We got the wedding wallet, and we determined, we put in about, I think, $5,000. If we have a 6x, we can pay for the wedding. We can pay for the wedding. So we said basically, if we go to about $30,000, then we sell, guaranteed. So that's about, where is it? Let me check. It's about here, at about this range. So I'm selling a bit at $40,000, guys. So unfortunately, if you might see a little blip in the price, it might be the wedding wallet. I'm sorry, but you know, the wife to be, she deserves a ring. She deserves a ring. And I deserve a good pint as well, I guess. Hey, Kermit, welcome, welcome. Can CRO grow into March 2026? I still believe that we will fall down next spring, so I don't know exactly what we will do, Sanja. I think we might go down a bit more in March. I still think, though, that in March we will probably be... Let's say it's going to be exactly like last cycle. Then in March, we're still trading quite high. We're trading in the cycle highs, kind of, even though the big pump, we probably are far behind that one already. I still believe, guys, September, October, November. I don't know exactly when. I don't know exactly how high. I do have my predictions, of course. What's the top price for this bull run? Like the top potential bull case is about $4. About $4, guys. I don't see us surpass $4 this cycle, based on the rainbow chart here. $1 is, you know, a very psychological level, definitely below off top. If it's going to recover fast or not, it's up to the chain. You know, the thing is, though, serious, 100,000 also was a very serious level. And we broke it without too much resistance. If anything, I think $2.71, that will be... no, I do believe $1 will be tough, but I do believe it is breakable. It is very much breakable. Hey, Mr. Godfather. Goedenavond. How high will Crow go? Crow will go to the moon. No exceptions, guys. No exceptions. This is a moon mission. This definitely is a moon mission. What I like, though, guys, that Bitcoin is moving up again. We might see a bit of resistance here, but I think when the Asian markets open up tomorrow, this is going good. Also, I expected this move here for Ethereum. It is doing so far. This is a good daily close. Also on the weekly, Bitcoin, guys, it's looking good. So, well, we talked about this so many times. But this is the most healthy thing that Bitcoin could have done this week. This is the most healthy thing Bitcoin could have done. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 weeks of green in a row. 1 week of red. 1 week of red. Retesting a few key lines. Okay. And let's pump once again. Let's hope we do that. That doesn't mean that Monday we will suddenly start to have a big recovery, even though I wouldn't count it out entirely, because we do have some good momentum now. Some people are also saying we might have a summer lull, and the summer lull, it makes sense also because people will be on holiday, people will be not trading as much. That's a simple fact. We do know that. History has shown it time and time again. Also in the stock market, typically summers are very minor. Also, probably we won't see any resolutions to big wars. We don't see any big steps for tariffs typically. So summers are boring typically. So if anything, guys, my expectation here is that we might see a rip to like 120 maybe, or 130 for Bitcoin specifically then, until the beginning of July, maybe June, July, so the next 30 days. But then we might go into a bit of a boring mode. We don't know though. Sometimes cycles can be crazy. But if that's the case, I can also see Crow go up to 20 cents in the summer. Maybe this is a prediction, a bold prediction, but let's say the 1st of July we are at 20 cents. We might go back down to about 15 cents. That will be a big blow. Big, boring summer. I think a slow bleed. Let's say a slow bleed back to like this. And then we can actually move up again to about 40 cents. That might be a potential outcome. But sometimes Crow decides, well, I'm melting faces today. I'm doing something like this here. Because what I like to say out loud is that after the 20 cents, after the 20 cents resistance, it is actually quite easy to go back to 40 cents. After 20 cents, guys, the way is wide open to 40 cents. Even though it's a 2x, it's I think it's going to be a very fast 2x. Joseph is going to sell, but not sell the whole bag at once. I recommend to keep on to a small moon bag always. Always keep on having a small moon bag. If not sell the whole bag, sell half. I'm not selling in the run so far, but this time, one day, it will be higher. Ooh, JN, you got a good back there, man. 1.7 million Crow. Jeez Louise. Yeah, I think actually Joseph has been listening to the channel here. Keep a small moon back. The Wyckoff accumulation is still in play. I have to look it up quickly. I honestly I know what it is, but I don't know exactly what it looks like. Let me check. Serious. If so, it's a good one for a video. Wyckoff accumulation. Let me get it on the screen, guys, so you can also check with me. 3, 2, 1. No, hello. Okay, it's a bit pixelated, but you guys can see. So what you're saying here is that we're going down. I can see that one. Then we have a pump. We go down, we have a bigger pump. Whoa. We go down, pump, yeah, okay. Down. In that case, where are we? It's looking quite a bit like it. Let me check where we are, which phase we are then. Is it a bit like this? And I need to get more pixels. I need to get more pixels for this one. Ugh, it's so ugly. Does it look a bit like the other one? I need to check, guys. This needs some more analyzation here. But it kind of depends on the resistance line here. So if we go back to this level, if we retest that one here, we might see some Wyckoff accumulation. Good catch here, Sirius. Good catch. Stacy is a true bull, holding on to $2 or bust. Boom or bust, that was the title of the video last Thursday, and it was a bust. But only for Crow. Only for Crow. Bitcoin had a bit of a well, actually it was a boom, I should say. It was a boom for Crow. Bitcoin was it's back here. Could have gone a lot lower. Could have gone back to 100k all the way. But it isn't. It isn't. Someone even would make the case here that we are creating here this setup. Higher highs or higher lows, I mean. Higher lows for Bitcoin. All the way to the top. The thing is though, guys, you never know where the top is. So you never, ever know where the top exactly is going to be. But you can sell. You can always sell a little bit. If you feel comfortable with the amount of profit you have. I don't think it makes sense to sell now. Because even if you bought at 5 cents this cycle, if you bought at 8 cents, it's peanuts. It's only peanuts. We haven't done even a 2x. Bitcoin, let me remind you guys, Bitcoin has done not a 2x, not a 3x. No. It went all the way this cycle, or lost, yeah, this cycle low, to about $16,000. 16,000. So we're getting very, very close to a 10x. We're not there yet. I think now we've done like a 7x or maybe even an 8x. No, 7. A 7x so far for Bitcoin. But we can climb so much higher. Are you in fulcrum? I don't really do leverage trading, Godfather. I'm not really shorting, not really... I think the funding fees are quite heavy. And if I do leverage, I always use a platform more like Tectonic. I like a lending platform. I personally use Ampli. Do you have any success with Godfather with Fulcrum? With the full token? Hey Zerka, welcome man. Strap in. Oh, Haven was talking about the green line you added to the Bitcoin USDT chart. Well, what that was, I don't know what it was. I think it was 101, 102. Yeah, 102, 103. It was exactly the low there of the Bitcoin chart. I think it even looks better like this, in this way. Well, let's see. The next week is going to be very interesting. We've had our decline. At the moment, Cronos is going down a little bit. It's going down just a bit below 10.4. But it's okay. So the price action tied to the CDC will attract builders and the users. Hope so. Crypto.com should give incentives though. I think that Cronos Labs will do the incentives. But in the end, of course, it's... What I think will be one of the most interesting parts about building on Cronos is the potential for an easy listing. Like, guys, Crow with Knife. Merry mystery token on the Cronos chain. They got the easy way in. I can tell you that much. They got the easy way into the crypto.com platform. I don't know if that will be the case for different tokens coming in the future, but I do believe they got like a VIP treatment by the crypto.com team, knowing that it would help a lot of their community members. I do have to say that, unfortunately, what those tokens have done so far is they went from the chain into the crypto.com app, maybe at 1 day of big pumps, but everything sold off. So everyone that bought into the Cronos chain tokens on the app, so they didn't go on chain, they only bought on the app, everyone is at a loss. Everyone is at a loss. So what we need here on the Cronos chain is holders. Not selling for 2x, not selling for 3x, not selling for 5x. They need to push. Think big. If you want to grow, think big. Think about 100x or maybe even higher. Anyways, that was my rant here. Of course, always sell whenever you like to. It's a free market. It's PvP. But that is how some tokens got very big. The $1 Doge mission, for example. Thanks to hodlers. Will you hold your staking in the IC white card? I think about actually restaking again, Traveler Matt, once we hit about 40 cents. I'm not staking at this minute now. My crow staking card will be my moonback forever. Currently, my staking card is about 6% or something like of my. I don't currently have enough money on the card to restake. So I need to wait for the price to increase and then I will restake. Part of the comms for the minting of the 70 billion was those tokens would be used for incentives for building on chain. Yeah, I think that's why Cronos Labs will be the one providing incentives. Ooh, I like these kind of questions. So TDF Blast is asking, what's your most pessimistic crow price? Thank you. Well, as always, I'm not talking about absolutes, but I think the lowest weekly close we can have in the short term, I'm talking about weekly candles, is about 8.7. 8.7. So going down to 8.7, that would be quite a blow, but we're only talking about minus 15%. Minus 15%. How could that happen? Well, maybe Bitcoin decides to go down again. Let's say that Bitcoin goes down back to 98, just below 100,000. I think the scare of being below 100,000 once again, it could be a potential catalyst. Like it's a bear case of going down all that way, and also then retreating back to the lows of Crow Bitcoin here. So far though, guys, it's okay. What I'm seeing for Crow Bitcoin, come on, Crow, you need to pump a little bit. I want to see a weekly close above this level here for Crow Bitcoin. That would be marvelous. And also for Bitcoin dominance, I do hope we have a small dip here. We can do that, yes, please. Then I'm going to be a very happy coin baron. I would gladly take a $4 Crow. True. Hey, G Marlo, welcome again. Crow peaks in November. That's why Crypto.com has the banking and the USD, the stablecoin launch in the second half of the year. And the burn. Don't forget the burn as well. Yeah, the Crypto.com roadmap in Q2 or H2, I would say, the second half of 2025 is huge. Are you going to invite me to the wedding? No, unfortunately, all the wedding invites have already been sent and we have no spots left. However, if anyone is curious, I am going to organize the first ever, I think at least first ever, correct me if I'm wrong, next week in the Discord I will announce the first facts of the July, yes, you heard me right, July community member meetup in the Netherlands. So if you want to come to the Netherlands, if you are on holiday in the Netherlands, if you live in the Netherlands, or if you want to travel to the Netherlands, we'll have, I think the most likely day is a Saturday. We play some games, maybe have a few beers, talk about CRO. I have some straps still living here. So if you come, you might get a strap or one. Actually strap in. So yeah, we're going to do the meetup. Join the Discord, link in the description down below. Only prerequisite is that you don't be a bear. Don't be a bear. Don't want any bears on our community meetup. So I think end of July, that will be the date. Utrecht. It's the center of the Netherlands. Anyways, that's happening. That's happening. No live stream of the wedding. No wedding crashes. No. No. I'm saying no, guys. No. Maybe Coin Baroness. What if the wedding wallet goes up like 20 eggs? Can have a second wedding. Sorry. The funds for the Cronos chain, those will not come from CDC. They actually will be from us. I can tell you a few things about this series. Take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum Foundation. How do you think that the Pectra update has been paid? How do you think they think about development, community updates? They sell CRO. Oh, no, they don't sell CRO. The Ethereum Foundation sells ETH on a regular basis. So, yeah, it might feel like stealing, but it's how things grow. And I think in the end, still a big part of that will be paid by Crypto.com, even though they won't say it. I do believe they will do that. If it's marketing or if it's providing developers, because even a lot of the developers on the Cronos Labs team that do the development for free, I would say, because, well, they are on the payroll by Crypto.com. They get paid by Crypto.com, but they do work mainly for the Cronos chain. So, not too bad, right? Not too bad. But, shh, the SEC can't know. The SEC can't know. If you've watched my video yesterday, you might have seen that in this document here, by Crypto.com, for the Canary Staked CRO ETF, they never ever create the illusion that it's like a relationship between CRO and Crypto.com, only as the custodian. So I think, yeah, it's very carefully stated here, guys. The only thing why they do mention Crypto.com is I think that Crypto.com was the developer or the original creator of the Crypto.com chain, or the Crypto.com Cronos POS chain. So you can see development of the Cronos POS core protocol has been led by Crypto.com, but also supported by external contributors. Well, not many. It was mainly Crypto.com. It was also called the Crypto.com chain. Christ's sake. I don't understand why people are invested in something they don't even believe in. CRO will melt faces and all these people will be the ones saying like, every year, I never should have sold. Of course, that's a bit of speculation, but I do agree. I think fundamentally, Chris, you're right. That's my belief though. But I understand if people feel like that trust has been broken by Cronos. I understand. Also because what you can see here, interesting, by the way. What did you mention? I missed this one. Any name change and any associated rebranding initiative of CRO may not be favorable received by the digital asset community. Are they thinking about rebranding? No, right? They're not going to rebrand, right? I've never seen that before. Nah, this is just in case they will do a rebrand. It's not going to happen. But they talk about dilution. They talk about dilution a bit in this ETF. And you can see it here. CRO may be subject to dilution, as CRO also might be subject to name change. So this is not happening, well, not any further, but in theory it's possible. I didn't disagree with you, Peter saying, so regarding the funds coming from the community, not from crypto.com. But I think the thoughts in the CDC office is that having those extra tokens will help them pay builders, assuming they can get the token price to do like an XRP blast. It's a carrot on a stick. It's definitely a carrot on a stick. Oh, I didn't take any profit. I think it went so quick, Mr. XGen. It went so quick that no one really took profit. The thing now, guys, though, because we are doing the slow approach, slow and steady, is that people have the time to get used to the new reality where CRO is above 10 cents. We killed a zero. We killed a zero. We killed a zero for CRO. That's good. It's always good. Now it's time to do one more 10x and we kill another zero. The more zeros we kill, the better it will be for the price. Well, yeah, now people actually have the time to get used to the new price reality. Now, yeah, it's a 10-cent asset. Instead of, okay, yesterday it was 9 cents and now it's 20 cents. Hey, Antonis, welcome. I love Greece, man. You guys got the best food in Europe. I'm not lying. Anyone wants to go to Europe, to any place for the food, I don't recommend Italy, I recommend Greece. Yeah, I'm crazy, but I recommend Greece. Not only because the gyros, but I think the moussaka is the best. Moussaka. Check it out, guys. It's a good meal. Prepped in the oven. It's not lasagna. It's not. It's better. Hey, Mr. Wet West. Welcome, welcome. JN, we will get our cars wrapped, remember. What kind of color? What kind of color? I was thinking doing this car then. I'm buying a new car in that case. I don't like white. What about going orange? Bitcoin orange, or maybe Cronos blue? Cronos blue, maybe? I don't know. Let me know, guys. What kind of wrap would you choose? What kind of wrap? Dude, Mr. Midwest, don't feel like a small fish. 220? 220 is a big amount. Think about this. If it goes to $4, you're still a millionaire. I'm not saying this will happen, but it's in the ranges, right? Like, best case, we go to $4. You will be basically a millionaire with 220,000 CRO. It's a huge amount, dude. Don't feel silly about that. Hey, Mr. Runner, welcome, welcome, welcome. It is possible that even in spring we actually might see the pump to 40 cents. Not out of the cards. Not out of the cards, guys. 350. Oh, South Park, man. I think the South Park generation is the one that's now trading a lot of Cronos as well. How are you feeling, Mr. Runner? Feeling good? Finally seeing some green numbers again. 271 would be insane. I would love it. I would love it. Good evening, Gian Lorenzo. Good evening, good evening. Fulcrum staking is like 35% on average. That's crazy. Is it like 35% on like stable coins, or you earned 3,000 CRO so far? Good stuff, man. Good stuff. I've learned that the Orbi protocol on the Cronos chain is now also offering interest-free USDC or USC tokens if you lend LCRO. So, guys, if you want to learn more about opportunities on the chain, let me know, because I might want to make like a tutorial how you can use certain protocols on the chain to utilize your CRO even better, because yeah, you do have Supercharger. Yeah, you do have the arena, they will only give you pennies. They will only give you pennies. Well, some other protocols, on-chain, for example, have way better APRs. Like, for example, here Godfather was saying, more risky, as always. You need to check your own wallet, your keys. If you lose your wallet, your keys, you lose the money. But it might be worth your while. I think currently, to be very honest, I have about, I think 60% is on the exchange and app. And then I got about, I think 40% of my net worth in on the on-chain wallet. Not entirely sure, but you can always decide to do like a percentage or. Hi CoinBaron, is it normal for us all to have to go through these many months of negative price action in order to get alt season? Been a horrible 2025 so far. It has been a quite horrible 2025. It's true, J Smith. Because even though we have some momentum again, I think this is good. From like year-to-date point of view, we are still down. How far are we down? Like 40%? I would say though, like regarding price action, it has been like 2 months of down and now it's 3 months of up. So ain't all too bad. Ain't all too bad. A stack party, yeah, true. No wedding crashes, guys. No wedding crashes. The unburn was a magic trick. So Sirius talking about the funds in the reserve. It's true. It was magic money. A bit like the US dollar printer. In all honesty though, it can happen to basically every chain with a big hard fork. So it's crazy. The only, yeah, even guys, and everyone will say I'm crazy, but even Bitcoin can decide to do an hard fork. You can see it, for example, with Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Gold. They can do an hard fork and say, well, 21 million Bitcoin. What about 50 million? I know it sounds strange, but in theory, it is actually possible. You can also take a look back in the early days of Bitcoin. They decided to revert one of the earliest transactions because they completely ruined in the early days the Bitcoin chain. It happened. So, of course, by now, Bitcoin is the most decentralized chain ever. It's the most decentralized chain we have in existence currently. So the chance of it happening is very low, but not entirely impossible. So remember that. Remember that. We do need more use cases though for everyday on-chain. That benefit should be really awesome for really to use and profit for the user. Also long-term the chain will profit. Yeah, I'm thinking they are right now working on more AI use cases. That's the big plan. But we're still waiting on that. Guys, it's 10 past 10 almost here in Amsterdam time. So I quickly want to focus on the last few words here, because I do believe that where we are currently regarding price action is good. We are above the 21 week, which is good. The first time we are actually above the 21 week in the whole of 2025. Oh, well, no, that's not correct. We dropped below it only the end of January, but the first time in 5 months that we are in a bullish uptrend above the 21 week. So that's good. That's very good. Ethereum is probably also making a good bounce here. I still believe that Bitcoin dominance is going to fall very soon. Pro Bitcoin, it is again in a good range above the purple line here. Things are looking up. Doesn't mean that we can't have a dump. Again, I told you guys earlier, Bitcoin could fall down. 98k is a potential target for any bears that want to bring Bitcoin down. However, we also had a good bounce here, so I don't know. It can go in multiple directions so far, though. Bro's looking good. Bro's looking very good, and I'm feeling it. If you want, though, guys, if you want to come to the Netherlands, check out our Discord, because later this week I will reveal all details regarding the community meetup in Utrecht in the Netherlands. So check it out. Come to the Discord, link in the description down below. And if you're there, don't forget to also hit the like button, strap in for more videos, and tomorrow we'll be back with a new video. So guys, see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Enjoy.